waters south of Tarawa were stirring again. Just hours after a devastating strike crippled a Japanese convoy, long-range scouts spotted a new threat, a powerful task force with a battleship at its core, racing towards the Gilberts under the cover of night, its course and speed suggesting a single grim purpose: the bombardment of Tarawa. By dusk, calculations placed the enemy force within striking distance of Tarawa by sunrise, and the window to interdict was rapidly closing. Fletcher decided to launch his strike into the fading light. 44 aircraft, armed with little more than an estimate of the enemy's position. By 1800 hours, Lieutenant Commander Birch, commanding VS-5, arrived at what he expected to be the position of the Japanese task force. Descending through scattered clouds, he scanned the ocean below, and what he found was the glint of 36cm guns staring back at him. Welcome back to War on the Sea. We have sunk our first heavy cruiser of this engagement with 4 Dauntless groups. We have 4 more here. They're on their way over to the next heavy cruiser, which I believe is right here. We're going to try and take this one out as well. All right, it doesn't look like it's the same result on this Miyoko. We had several bomb hits, but I just don't get the feeling. Yeah, she's still underway, no fires. Let's take a look at the report. Heavy damage, moderate flooding. Let's take a look at the map here. We have the Avengers left. We'll bring them back around and then wait for a time to go after the Nagato, and hopefully, well, the Nagato class battleship, and hopefully we can damage it. Also, maybe sink, but at least damage it so they turn away from Tarawa. That's what we're hoping for. I kept two groups of Avengers. Actually, it's more like 4. There's 3 over here, and this one as kind of a reserve. I wasn't sure. I thought maybe those 4 Avengers flights could take care of that battleship, but not enough. Almost. I mean, the thing is listing pretty bad, but not quite enough. So, what do I want to use these Avengers for? Either the battleship or the heavy cruiser. Let's see. The Miyoko was all by itself over here. Here's the Nagato. Let's wait and see what happens. I'd like to go after the Nagato. We'll see what these fires do to it, and then we'll make our decision. The Nagato, well, the battleship is making a run for it, just like this heavy cruiser. To try and get out of the area, we will go after the Nagato, the battleship, and bring these Avengers down, hit it from the same side, and hopefully we can sink it. Well, it was struck by 4 torpedoes, but 3 were duds, unfortunately. So it doesn't look like we're going to sink this one. And we're all out of bombers. So we did sink 1 light or heavy cruiser, heavily damaged a battleship and a heavy cruiser, and I just hope that's enough so that they'll turn back. I'm pretty sure they will. Let's go ahead and retreat. So we got 3 command points. We lost 7 aircraft, and again, heavy damage to the Nagato class. 1 heavy cruiser sunk, 1 with moderate damage. And we'll send them back. I'll send the Avengers back. But the Dauntless, I'm going to leave here. We still got 286 nautical miles. I'm going to leave them right here. And about 20 miles to the northeast. And see if they can pick them up within an hour. It's now after midnight, 12:35 a.m. in the morning. Task Force 36 has arrived at Tarawa. And I want to load it up with some cargo supplies. Let's see how many supplies. We could probably take all, well, not all the supplies, but at least 4,500 of them. And we'll make our way back to Guadalcanal. But again, there are task forces in the area, the Japanese task force. So we're going to head down directly south, I guess. Let's have Task Force 3 accompany them maybe for a little bit. Okay, 5 a.m. and still nothing from... we didn't see the enemy task force throughout the night. I am dying to see where they are and what they're up to, though. So, yeah, I think I sent all my search aircraft home last time, so I need to relaunch them and get them in patterns. We'll send out the Mariners and go see if we can catch that task force again. If I can find it, I might go after and just go ahead and sink that battleship, maybe. Okay, we haven't found it so far, but there are search aircraft from the north, and they just popped up, so let's launch some more. Let's launch the Wildcats. See if we can go out and find that task force. It's probably the one we beat up, but we want to make sure. Okay, there it is. Let's see what this is. It is another Japanese task force. It could be the same one again. 4 ships. Interesting. Let's take a look. 4 ships. What have we? Oh, yeah. It looks like... Yep, it's the beat up task force. This is the battleship. Let's see what... it's in critical shape, critical damage, heavy flooding. The destroyer, the heavy cruiser, looks like moderate damage. And it does look like they're leaving. Let's retreat. And they're sitting right here. So they did travel quite a ways in the night. But it doesn't look like they're headed to Tarawa anymore. I'm going to launch a Catalina. Maybe a couple. To send over there and keep track of them. The Wildcats are almost out of fuel. Okay, still nothing to our west. I'm still trying to relocate the task force in this area, just so we can escort it out of the area. I'm going to go ahead and send Yorktown, Task Force 3 in Yorktown down to Guadalcanal to relieve Hornet and Task Force 2. They're going to come up to Tarawa, replace their aircraft. Here is Task Force 36 with the supplies. Task Force 3 is going to escort them down. Here is Zulu. I don't think I need actually 32 because I only have a couple thousand supplies left, but I'm going to leave it here just in case. We'll just bring it back a little bit. And that's all so far. So far, nothing much else happening. May 19th now, 12:34 p.m., just after noon. And I wanted to take a look at Guadalcanal and see what the fighting looks like. I didn't look on the 18th, so I'm kind of curious. We have 4,000 troops, so we've lost a couple hundred, and we have 5,200 supplies. So we've used a little over 1,300. Here is Task Force 36 with more supplies, accompanied by Task Force 3 with Yorktown. Zulu's almost made it back to Tarawa. Task Force 1 and 2 are here with Enterprise and Hornet, and they have a full complement of aircraft. I have the search aircraft up, Mariners, Wildcats. Nothing yet. Haven't seen anything anywhere, really. So we'll just keep running supplies and probably, I don't know if we're going to be, we'll probably reach Guadalcanal again overnight, I think. Let's take a look and see how far away we are. We're about 26 hours. Well, it's going to be 12, maybe in a couple days. Day 84 now of the campaign, May 20th. It is a little after, well, it's almost actually 2 p.m. And we did just get our command points. We have 80 command points now. I suppose I could get that battleship if I wanted to. But actually, I think I'll wait on the battleship and get it last. That's the last piece I'm going to get for this this task force, which I've named Task Force 10. Okay, for now, 2 more New Orleans-class heavy cruisers, the Minneapolis and the San Francisco, and another Brooklyn-class light cruiser, the Philadelphia. We're going to go ahead and get that. That's 62 command points there. I have 18 left just in case I need them for something else. And now here is Task Force 10. New Orleans, Astoria, San Francisco, Minneapolis, 4 New Orleans heavy cruisers again, and 2 Brooklyn light cruisers. We're going to add a battleship here, probably, maybe 2 battleships, I don't know, at least 1 battleship, another heavy cruiser, maybe 2, and another light cruiser, not sure, but okay, we're going to need, these Brooklyn light cruisers do not have any ASW capabilities. We're probably going to need at least 1 cruiser with that, so we'll get one of those cruisers at some point, but that's Task Force 10 for now. And situation down near Guadalcanal, we have Task Force 36 with the supplies. Task Force 3 is escorting. We're sitting here until we can make our way to Guadalcanal overnight. And Task Force 36 is about 6 hours out. So we will leave probably in another 3 hours or so we can get there by midnight, or maybe a little earlier, and then we can get out of there sooner. And our 2 large convoys are on their way back to Midway. We still are leaving 32 here, just in case we need to shuffle what's left of the supplies down to Guadalcanal. And that's it. We're going to keep watching for enemy activity and keep running supplies. May 20th, a little after 3 p.m., and another Japanese task force is headed to Tarawa. This one, well, I thought it, there it is, 6 ships. Ooh, possibly 2 battleships. Heavy cruiser, let's take a look. Well, let's mark it first. Don't want to lose this one. And then let's hop in the Mariner and take a look and see if those are really battleships. They do look very large, don't they? Let's turn the Mariner away, actually, first. And then we'll go take a look at these. Yep, those are, well, that's a Congo, looks like, Congo class. What is this over here? Ooh, 2 Congo class battleships. Amazing. So we're going to mess these up as well. That looks like, okay, heavy cruiser. The rest of these look like destroyers. Yep. Okay, so we have 2 battleships, heavy cruiser, 4 destroyers. Let's retreat. How far out are they? It is 3 p.m. Over 370 nautical miles out. That's, quick math. That's about, what, 14 hours? Okay, roughly at 25 knots, about 15 hours to Tarawa if they go in a straight line and don't mess around. That would be really close to morning if they do go straight for Tarawa. So I probably, at this point, I'm just going to get the Mariners over here so we can keep track of this task force. And if it gets closer, then we'll launch. But not yet. In fact, how much... We still have 1,200 nautical miles of endurance on these. Let's just keep track of this task force. For now. Except my mariners are wanting to go home for some reason. Even though they have plenty of endurance. And it's only 3:49 they're going home? I don't understand this at all. Okay. Weird. That's probably a bug. We will launch the Catalinas to go keep track of them. Okay, it just turned 7 p.m., so they won't be able to launch aircraft from Guadalcanal, so we're going to send in Task Force 36 to Guadalcanal, drop off the supplies, and get out of there. I think Task Force 2-3 will move in a little bit, but I don't think I need them to help protect. This is just for maybe in the morning when I need to get a little closer. And we're still looking for this new task force here. So far, I don't see it. I'm having the Catalinas kind of go... Oh, they have to go home too? It looks like they're going home as well. Okay. All right, I'm hoping that's close enough. It's just after 11 p.m. Task Force 36 is close to Guadalcanal. Can I unload the cargo? Nope, need to be a little closer, so we'll get a little closer. Right about there, maybe? Excellent. All supplies unloaded. Let's take a look at Guadalcanal now. I haven't really looked at it in a while. Okay, we haven't really lost many troops since the last time I checked. Still have 4,000. Now we have almost 10,000 supply. We should really start tearing into them now. Maybe 2 or 3, probably 3 more days, something like that. Let's get Task Force 36 out of there. There we go. And still nothing from this other task force. Have no clue where it is. Hopefully they didn't make a run for Tarawa. Okay, just before 5 a.m. on the morning of May 21st, we picked up the task force again. It is not a carrier unless this is a different task force. Likely not, though, but it appears to be. I'm pretty sure this is the 2 battleship task force, and they are definitely on their way to Tarawa. Let's take a look down here at Guadalcanal. We did manage to leave the area. And again, here's Guadalcanal. Looking good. We're going to bring Task Force 36 back up to Tarawa. I don't think I'm going to need more supplies here, but we'll prep just in case. We'll probably bring 32 back in, load up a few if we have any supplies here. Maybe not. It is now 5 a.m. I am not going to... Well, how far away are they? I mean, I could, I guess, go take a look. They're 52 nautical miles away. I could go take a look at them and then pick them up again before they get to Tarawa. But you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm pretty sure... I'm very confident that is the task force that was out here yesterday. So let's just go ahead from Enterprise and launch aircraft. Let's launch some Wildcats just in case they have some roofs up there. Protecting. Their task force will bring 4. I think 4 should be enough. Enterprise will also launch its Dauntless 24 with armor-piercing bombs and... let's see. Hornet will launch its Avengers. Okay, let's make our way over there. Okay, we're in the area, but I'm going to wait a little bit because it is a little dark still. I'm going to let them get a little closer. and maybe we can attack it somewhere around 7 a.m., something like that. Okay, it's 6 a.m. I don't think we can wait any longer. Let's go ahead and see what we got here. We'll jump in the Wildcats, go tactical, and hopefully there's enough light. It is still rather dark. That is probably the task force. That looks like a battleship there. If I can select it. Yep. This is the one. We found them. So we will proceed to bomb the crap out of this one too. But not on this episode. This is going to take a little time. Let's organize, get ready, and when we come back on the next one, we will make them wish they hadn't shown up. Thanks for showing up to this episode, though, and watching, and I hope to see you again next time.